Have you ever farted in a room, walked out, forgot you did, and walked back in there and it was still in there? Man, I almost passed out just now and walked back in my bedroom. See, I try to blame my wife sometimes when I do it because sometimes, woo, but never. Okay, we're not talking about that today. We're talking about weight loss. You guys have been noticing that I've been losing weight, and I appreciate that. Some of you guys think I'm unhealthy from how much weight I've been losing, and there's a reason why I've been losing all this weight. I went from 230 down to 173, and yes, it's a lot of weight. I'm trying to get healthy. I thought I had diabetes because I got, this like numbness in my toes. I know that's like something that you get when you have diabetes. However, I found it was just gout. So at that point I said, you know what, it's time to get healthy. And now I don't get that in my toes anymore and I feel a lot better. So thank you for noticing. And weight loss program is done. Now it's time to bulk up. Now I want to try to lift some weights and kind of build my muscles back. So weight loss program, that's what we're talking about in this video today. Obviously for myself and for my truck. So here's what we're gonna be doing. I'm building a playbook, or you can call it an how-to if you decide you wanna take the pathway in the future, because who knows, one day possibly you will be able to delete your diesel. It's very, very possible that will be available. Or if you live in a state or country where this is not considered illegal, again, this will be something you can do, right? So in this video, we're gonna discuss what it means to do weight loss program, because that's what I'm gonna be calling it. And then hopefully in the future, one day, we'll be able to do this without having to worry about potential repercussions. So yes, do this at your own risk. And I always tell my friends, if you're scared, go buy you a dog. Now, if I can be completely honest with you guys, I'd be a little concerned if the blue people were in office today to do this. Now, I would still do what I'm going to be doing right now. I just wouldn't be filming it for you guys. I would just be speaking in riddles and stuff like that. But yes, in this case, I think the red people in Lee Zeldin, they see the lines that were crossed and they're trying to fix that. I've always told you guys this. I have nothing against emission equipment. I think that is necessary in some cases, right? Especially commercial trucks, guys who put 800,000-900,000 miles on their truck. Maybe those trucks should have emissions control, but if they decide they don't want those features on their truck anymore, they should have the right to take them off. I mean, since when have we lived in a country where we don't have a choice? Think about that. So what I'm doing right now should not affect my choice of what I want to do. But the reality is it does. And hopefully in the future that will change, okay? So yes, I am going to be doing some upgrades to my truck to make it more healthier, to make it breathe better, to make it more fuel efficient, to make it last longer. I've already shown you guys some things you can help to bulletproof your truck. And of course, I built a emission compliant performance truck for you guys. You guys have seen my truck is significantly better than it was when it was stock, using the Banks Derringer, cold air intake, boost tubes, turbo inlet, soon to be exhaust that they'll have available soon. And I know that FAST has the EGR filter that goes in, that if you don't want to delete your truck, you do have other options to make it more efficient and make it perform better. But this is the part 2 of what I want to do. I want to show you guys what happens if you delete your truck. So when Josh at Truck Stuff does some videos with me, you guys will see, right, that he's not going to be deleting my truck. But what he's going to be doing is he's going to teach us how to remove EGR. That way you can see how dirty it is, and then he can show you if it's possible to clean, right? And then, I know that people try to identify as things that they're not. So my truck's gonna identify as a Canadian spec truck in Canada. I'm just telling you right now, or Mexico, I don't know, I haven't decided how I wanted to identify. It might become a Canadian or Mexican truck. So with that being said, hey, at the end of the day, we'll be able to do the videos. I had thought about doing this as a subscription only. So if you wanna see these things without having to pay me to see them, in the subscription, you better subscribe and watch these videos. Watch them in order and just follow the series. I'll try to leave the thumbnail the same for all of them. That way you know what to look for. It'll probably just be my truck with my black trailer hooked up to it. That's probably going to be all the thumbnails. And maybe it might change here and there. But again, Josh is going to show us the EGR, the DPF. We're going to show you guys how to remove it, inspect it, clean it if necessary, and things like that. So there's, again, lock in, watch the videos. Let's go ahead and get started with this one. I'm not going to take too much time. I'm just going to answer a few questions for you guys that I know that you might have about doing weight loss program. So who did I go with for my weight loss program and tuning? I did an all-in-one kit with DieselR Corp. And the reason why is their technical support and just how they have everything outlined on their website. There's other good companies out there. I did call a couple of them, but I felt like DieselR Corp was more established. And when you go online, you can see all their reviews. They have like, I want to say over 300 reviews. And their tuning, they actually own the trucks that they tuned. So they didn't just, put together a tune file and put it out there. No, they actually tested their tunes on their truck. So when I bought everything for my truck, I did want up calling back and saying, hey, I am a content creator. Would you guys mind maybe doing a collaboration with me? Maybe I can give my followers a promo code to get a small discount on your products. So they actually wound up giving me a promo code, and I actually was able to get a discount on my upgrades too, thankfully, because it's expensive. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this is not cheap. So if you are looking to do this, I think that they're the way to go. They make it easy. I got everything in my email. Once I hit that checkout and paid for everything, I got a bunch of emails on every step of the process to make it super easy. They gave you the technical support number big down below. That way if you have any questions, you can ask. You guys will see here later in this video, I just got some of my stuff delivered to my house. So they're 100% legit. And I think that they're one of the best ones so far. But just based off of my conversation on the phone and through email, 100% the best. So obviously there's questions around, should you do these upgrades? So let's talk about that. I'm pretty sure someone's gonna ask the question, why should I do weight loss program? But the other question is probably gonna be, will this void my warranty? Let's check that out. You can look this up for whether you own a GM product, Ford, or Ram. So regardless if you're looking to do weight loss or even add a cold air intake, they all give you guidelines for what you can and what you cannot do. So just real quickly, I'm not reading all this to you, just pause. This is just showing you what's covered, okay? And it continues down here. Diesel component coverage includes everything that you see here. This is probably for the powertrain warranty. I didn't read this, I just know that that's probably what they're saying they're gonna cover for that, okay? And talks about sheet metal coverage. So just make sure you check your truck just before that 3036 goes out. There is a rust through corrosion warranty for 6 years, 100,000. That's rust through, not just surface rust. And here it is. Let's go ahead and check out what is not covered. So obviously we're talking about diesels. Okay, so let's just go ahead and check that out. If you are concerned about upgrades, here's what it says about that. So some aftermarket engine performance products and modifications promise a way to increase the horsepower and torque levels of your vehicle's powertrain. Blah, 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 blah. Engine power enhancement products may enable the engine to operate at horsepower and torque levels that could damage, create failure, or reduce the life of the engine emission system, transmission, and drivetrain. Damage, failure, or reduced life of the engine, transmission, emission system, drivetrain, or other vehicle components caused by aftermarket engine performance enhancement products or modifications may not be covered under your vehicle warranty. You see that word there? It says will not be covered. It says may not. You know why? Because you have this right here. This is what protects the consumer, okay? Simply using an aftermarket or recycled part does not void your warranty according to the Federal Trade Commission. This is the law, right? If you have an issue with your truck, they cannot just void your warranty altogether. Now, here's what I'll tell you. Unfortunately, dealers and manufacturers don't work well together. You guys clearly saw what was covered under the factory warranty. It said defects and workmanship. That's it. Some dealers will try to claim warranty on parts that they should not, right? And if they ever get audited, the manufacturer can charge them back. So here's what happens sometimes. Whenever they have their meetings at the dealership level, I used to work for Mopar Vehicle Protection, so I know these things. If the owner sees that he got charged back for a $12,000 repair bill, he's like, well, why do we get charged back? And then the service manager will say, well, the customer had a tune on his truck and we didn't know, and then blah, blah, blah. And that may not be the case. It might just be because they are just trying to get things fixed on the warranty so they can make more money. So then the owner says, well, I don't want anyone coming to my store with a tuned truck. If they have any upgrades, turn them away. So that is sometimes what happens when it comes down to needing some type of warranty claims. The dealer cannot do that legally because you are protected. Just because you have an aftermarket upgrade on your car, that does not void your warranty. Now, I will say, when you do weight loss program, you do have a lot more dealerships that do frown upon it because, again, the manufacturer is just as dirty as the dealership sometimes. And if they ever decide they want to audit and they see that my ECM is unlocked, then they could potentially void my warranty. It's very possible that they can void a warranty claim. They can't void my warranty. My warranty is still there until it's over. But they could void warranty on my engine or transmission if they decide that it was because of my upgrades. So that is something you have to understand. Now, I do know that the oil cooler does fail on the Duramax. The valve bodies do fail. I've documented those things on my channel. And there's other issues that you can have. So if my truck is done with weight loss and I have an oil cooler failure, I am going to try to run it through the dealership because I know that that's a known issue with this Duramax. So hopefully they don't try to turn me away simply because of this upgrade, because I will obviously take it to the next level. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Like, they're going to have to prove to me that my upgrades caused the failure. So is this something you want to deal with is the question. For me, yes, I don't care. At this point, I'm just tired of seeing these trucks continue to have more and more sensors, more and more roadblocks to be able to do upgrades on them. You know, obviously, the more sensors you have, the more chances you have something to fail anyways. And, you know, reality is taking off the emissions control, taking off a lot of these different features on your truck should make it more reliable in the long run. So all I can tell you is this is not something that you want to do if warranty is important to you. Just saying. Now, I know my videos are going to be a little out of order because you're seeing things sooner than you should, but my exhaust just got here in this box, and of course this is the EGR kit. My downpipe should be here tomorrow, and my RTD4 should be here, I think, Friday. Today's the 10th of September. So yes, I've already shipped out my ECM. You guys pretty much know about that, but I haven't shown you the footage of me taking it out yet. So I know that this is all out of order when you watch the videos, but just know that I'm doing it all in order for the video. So the next video that you see, I'm going to show you guys the ECM, me taking it out, all that good stuff. So again, subscribe to the channel and watch these videos. If you're a loyal subscriber of mine, you watch my videos, don't answer stupid questions in the comment section. I'm just telling you now, I want you guys to watch the videos because I think that what I'm doing here should just help it be a lot easier for you. I've already answered the question, should you do this type of upgrade? And I really think that for most people, it may not work for you. But for some guys who just, you know you're going to keep your truck, you know that the warranty is probably going to be an issue at some dealers, you just have to find the right dealer, then yeah, you might want to wait till after your warranty's up. So for me personally, I think that I want to do these upgrades. I think that they're worth it. And I think it'll be fun to see how the truck is transformed. So yes, in the next video, you'll see the ECM. I'm going to be doing 4-inch exhaust versus 5-inch exhaust versus race pipe. There's a lot of different upgrades and options out there, and I'm going to kind of break them down for you in my video. So lock in, subscribe to the channel, and see you guys soon.